Yeah, so with our last video, we just wanted to give a little bit of a personal update and a look into our lives and how we're doing. So, Hillary's going to start that off.
Yeah. Probably many of you, really the whole world, we've just experienced a lot of, I guess, loss during this time or things we were hoping to do that really aren't happening anymore. We were planning to go out to Colorado this summer and to participate in the leadership training program that we've done in the past. We were excited about celebrating our first anniversary and maybe going on a trip for that. And I had plans to go to a concert with a friend, and all those things didn't happen. And that's been really hard. And one thing I've been processing a lot is just how to grieve, because I think I really struggle with that. Because I believe that God is sovereign and His plan is good. And so sometimes I can believe that if I were to go to God and tell Him like I'm so sad or I'm really like just mad, I guess, that all these things are canceled and what I wanted to happen isn't happening, that he would respond with basically telling me to get over it and say like, well, this is what's best for you, or this is my plan, and this is growing you, so like kind of stop crying, or why are you sad? And just kind of having this like misbelief about God and the way he responds to our grieving. But like Steven said in the last video, we've been doing this Back to the Basics series with our home group, and one of the things we taught on was listening to God, and then the next week we practiced it. And so during that little listening to God time, I asked the Lord to speak into some of those things, and I felt like God was bringing all these like verses to my mind, like blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted. Um, David talking in the Psalms about God taking his clothes of mourning and turning them into clothes of joy. Also in Psalm 30, I think, that the Lord is close to the brokenhearted and those who are crushed in spirit. And so I feel like the Lord was revealing to me that his character really isn't one of just telling me to get over it, but that he desires me to like mourn with him and be honest and tell him like, man, I'm really sad. And that he's sad too, that like there's been a lot of loss in our lives. Even if this is what's best for me, that he really desires to be a good dad and comfort me and just be really sweet with me and kind and not just tell me to get over it. So that's one thing I've been processing and feeling like the Lord has been speaking into.
Yeah. Yeah, so probably the biggest thing for me, as I even alluded to in our other videos, is just being at a slower pace, having less things going on. It's really brought up things from my past, different things that I've believed about myself that aren't true. And so one of those is just this belief that I have to be better than average or exemplary or amazing for people to respect me or to see me as worthy or valuable. And I realize I do that in a lot of different areas in my life. And so as God's been exposing that in my life, it's actually been very painful, but very good to try to live in some of those truths as He shares with me how valuable I am just for who I am. And I think the reality is, maybe this is true for you too, is even though I know that truth in my head, that all of us have inherent value, that my value is not in my performance or what I do, the truth of my heart is that it's really hard for me to accept that. I don't see the world operating that way. And it's been a big adjustment for me to shift my paradigm and not just say, oh, I believe that, and so it's true in my life, but think, no, I want that to be a truth in my life. I want to believe the gospel that Jesus didn't save me so then that I could do things to earn his favor, but that he's just given it to me freely on the cross. There's nothing more to do. Either the cross was all of our salvation, or it wasn't. I believe that it is, that he loves us really deeply. So some other things that have been going on for us that are maybe more positive is I feel like in the midst of the things we've been going through, our relationship with each other has really deepened, and our relationship with the Lord has probably been in one of the sweetest seasons in recent memory for me and for Hillary. And so even though there's been a lot of hard things, there's been a lot of joy, a lot of laughter, some tickle fights, and things like that. So it's been fun.
Yeah, I think, we've had a lot of time together, being in the house kind of all the time. We've just got to have a lot of fun together. Watch shows, get to talk feelings, and just hang out and be best friends, and that's been a lot of fun and kind of unique to this time. So
Yeah. Yeah, and so just one last update, personal update we wanted to give you guys is just on our support, our funds. And so, man, we just want to thank you guys so much for supporting us. We've gotten to call several of you during this time, and your encouragement has been really significant to us. But obviously, in this current climate, people are in less and less stable situations, and so we've actually lost a little support as a result of the virus going on. And so we're currently 87% funded of 100% of our current support raising goal. And so anything helps. And so yeah, we just ask that you pray for us and in this time as we start trying to get fundraising again for our ministry. So yep. Again, thank you guys, and please follow up with us. We love hearing from you. We love hearing your encouragement.
yeah, for sure.
It really makes us feel a part of a team whenever we hear from you guys. So thank you so much, and we hope that you enjoyed a little bit different prayer update this week. So yeah.